So I really want to talk to you about what you need to know. So what I want to talk to you about today is choosing the right products for the type of acne that your client has and why. How to use those products correctly, which if you get nothing else out of today, this is the most important concept that I really want you to get. I also want to talk about what I call acne imposters. These are conditions that can look just like acne and really fool you. There are some that fooled me for years, so I hope to save you a lot of time, because sometimes you treat them like acne, sometimes you don't. And of course, my favorite subject, and hopefully yours, acne extractions. So the fundamentals of acne management are you really should know what do your ingredients do for, because once you know what ingredients do, then you can really customize a protocol for your acne client. It's good to know what ingredients you want in your acne line, and most importantly, choosing the right products for your acne client. So I want to talk about what the function of acne ingredients are. Like I say, once you know what certain ingredients do, then you can really customize that for if your client has non-inflamed acne or inflamed acne, then you'll know what to do. So basically what you really want your product to do is to prevent the comedone from forming. Because acne is an inherited disorder where too many dead skin cells are sloughing off inside the pore. Normal pores don't do that. They'll slough off about 1 layer of dead skin cells per day inside the pore. But acne-prone pores will slough off about 5 layers of skin cells per day inside the pore. So the body just can't keep up in exfoliating those dead skin cells out. So that forms a plug. And what we need to do is prevent that process from happening. So we also want that product to exfoliate the surface of the skin, obviously. So also, like I was saying before, we want to peel the inside of the pore, which will keep that microcomedone from forming in the first place. So it takes about 30 to 90 days for an acne lesion to form and come to the surface. A lot of people don't know that. They think, they eat something and they see a breakup the next day. It doesn't quite happen like that. Acne takes quite a while to actually come up through layers and present itself. So I tell my clients it's going to take about 3 to 4 months to get your skin clear, because you've got about 3 or 4 months worth of acne that are coming up through the pores. So don't expect to be clear in a week. It's not going to happen. We have all that old acne that's going to make its way to the surface. So the other thing we want to do, of course, is kill the acne bacteria inside the pore. So what acne ingredients do these various things? You have your exfoliants, and I want you to notice which ingredient seems to come up the most in each of these lists. So your exfoliants: mandelic, salicylic, glycolic, benzoyl peroxide, and of course all the vitamin A derivatives. The antibacterials are mandelic, salicylic, and oxygen emulsion, which is basically a hydrogen peroxide, which is in a moisturizing base, and good old benzoyl peroxide. Antifungals, and I mention these because when I talk about acne imposters, I'm going to be mentioning antifungals. So it's good to know what ingredients will help you in this regard. So again, mandelic, ketoconazole, and zinc pyrethroid. So did you notice what ingredient comes up the most in these lists? It's mandelic, right? Mandelic is a real workhorse when it comes to skincare. It is an anti-inflammatory, an antifungal. It helps to lighten dark spots. It's a wonderful exfoliant. So what I feel to be the essential acne ingredients are my favorite, mandelic. It does it all. Like I said, it's the anti-inflammatory, exfoliant, antifungal. It helps to lift dark spots. Retinol propionate, of all the vitamin A derivatives, this is my favorite. For one, it's over the counter. For two, it really is excellent for non-inflamed acne. I don't think I could get those severe non-inflamed acne cases clear without it. It really goes down inside the pore and cleans out the pore and keeps it creates collagen inside the pore, creates new skin cells, and just keeps the pore clear. And go to benzoyl peroxide. I think benzoyl peroxide is one of the most underutilized acne products we have out there, because I know that it gets a bad rap. A lot of people will say, well, it's creating oxidative stress and damaging the skin, and I have to tell you that I just don't see the damage. When I used it for years on my skin, and I don't see the damage. When I look at my acne clients, when they've got their skin clear after about 3 to 4 months, their skin is glowing, exfoliated. I just don't see the damage. So I think a little oxidative stress is better than having permanent scars on your face, personally. So now that we know what ingredients are great for acne, how do you choose which ingredients to use for what type of acne? So when you have inflamed acne, which is pimples, pustules, cysts, you really want to choose the strongest antibacterial ingredients that skin can tolerate. For non-inflamed acne, you want to choose, you want to really push the skin to exfoliate. So I'm going to use a mechanical scrub along with my chemical exfoliants. So, you can look at that list and you can say, so what's going to serve my client the best? Do they need an antibacterial product, or do they need an exfoliating product? For most acne, what I do is, what I've found to really work for my clients is I will choose an appropriate serum, whatever that skin needs, and couple it with the use of benzoyl peroxide. And I'll talk about how I use both of them. So, how are we going to use those products? So you want to use products that the skin will tolerate. You want to give the skin the strongest products that the skin will tolerate, but not so strong that the skin is going to become irritated and dehydrated, because then that will impede progress. You'll have to stop. You'll have to, cleanse, tone, and moisturize for days, and then put them back on. So always test your client's skin with the serum that you're going to be using. So what I do is I will test it. I will ask them, I'll put it on a small area, after cleansing, I'll put it on a small area of their skin, and I'll ask them, what do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being on fire, 1 being you don't feel anything. So I don't want them to feel more than a 2 or less. Because like I say, we don't want to irritate the skin too much. Number 2, account for adaptation. This is, like I say, if you don't take anything else from this lecture today, really key into this concept. I think this is what a lot of people really miss. When I see skincare companies have like an acne kit that they give you for acne, but they're not really telling people how to account for adaptation of the skin. They're really missing the big point. Because skin gets used to products. We've all known clients who have used Corrective, and if it worked at all for them, it worked for about 3 weeks. That's because the skin adapts to products, just like the skin, our bodies adapt to working out. Our skin just gets used to products. So, what you need to do, what I do, is I adjust my clients' home care every couple of weeks. So first, I will increase the frequency of product use. So when I have them on a serum, the appropriate serum, I will start them using that serum about every other day for the first 2 weeks. Then in 2 weeks, if their skin has tolerated that well and it's not irritated, then I'll up it to every day. In 2 weeks from there, if they tolerated that well, then I will up that serum usage to twice a day. With the benzoyl peroxide, this is another reason why it's got a bad reputation, because it is a very irritating and obnoxious product, truthfully. So I start off exceedingly slowly. I have them use it 15 minutes a night for the first 3 nights. They'll cleanse, they'll put the benzoyl peroxide on. After 15 minutes, they'll cleanse it off again and then put a tone and a moisturizer, non-comedogenic moisturizer on. 3 nights of that, they'll double the time to 30 minutes. Then they'll leave it on for 30 minutes for 3 nights in a row. Then they'll double the time once again to 60 minutes. Do that for 3 nights in a row. And I'm sorry, double the time one more time to 2 hours. So do that for the next 3 to 4 nights in a row. That will take about 2 weeks to get through that. Now their skin will it'll be a little peely and flaky. And if you let them know that ahead of time, then they won't be so upset when it happens. Just warn them, it's going to be a little peely and flaky. Try to tolerate it. Your skin will get used to it. It will adapt. If you get uncomfortably dry, give us a call, let us know. And what we usually tell them to do is take a break for a couple days and just cleanse, tone, and moisturize. So, like I say, first I'll increase the frequency of product use, and then after like 6 weeks of that, then we'll, if we need to, we'll increase the strength of product. So every 2 weeks they come in to see me. If their skin is not dry and dehydrated, I won't change it. But if it isn't, then I'm going to adjust the home care up a little bit, just to keep pushing that skin to get clear. So like I said before, it takes about 3 to 4 months to take them from having acne to having their acne pretty well managed. For non-inflamed acne, sometimes it takes a little longer. Inflamed acne, don't be afraid of inflamed acne. It is really one of the easiest acne types to get clear. It responds really quickly to products, and that inflammation will come down pretty quickly. Once they are clear, I will keep them on that regimen for a little while, just to make sure that, you know, their skin stays clear. Then I will start backing them off incrementally as well. And, but just like one thing at a time. So say you've got a person who has inflamed acne. I have had them on benzoyl peroxide 2 times a day because we needed that anti-inflammatory action. Once they're clear, one of the first things I do, I will back them off to just once a day. You know, and then you can, so you decrease the frequency of product use, then you can decrease the strength, you know. But like I say, only have one variable at a time. Just decrease it one thing and make sure they stay clear, and then you can, like after a month, decrease another thing. Okay, so the bottom line is that it's not just using the right products for acne. You need to, most importantly, they must be used in the right way to achieve clear skin for your client.